Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I wanted a late 90s burlesque meets a monochromatic vibe. And what I ended up getting was pure candy. This was my first time working with Sybil, who is a model and an actress and overall badass. And I wanted to give her a photo shoot that had a bit more of a role to it, something that she kind of embody. Think of it like an editorial unfolded in two parts. And I knew the location that I was going into, and I knew what I wanted to shoot. And so then it was us meeting together and actually working out what that vibe was going to look like outfit-wise. Before I go any further, let's break down the studio. Let me introduce you to Powder Room Studio, LA. This is the real deal. I'm talking actual sets, all positioned one after another in alignment, so you can move from one to the other, that you can rent either individually or together as one large set to be able to shoot in. And these are from actual photo sessions. These are from previous editorials. These are, we're talking about large rooms, furnished, ready to go. The brainchild of a photographer and a set designer, like an actual craftsman. The two of them work together to put together this beautifully colored, and I mean exuberantly colored. This thing is saturated, and it has so much life to it, much like the photographer's photos. Photographer's name is Vijay. I'm putting him here so you can check out his page. Everything he does is incredible. When you see it, it's that kind of vibe. Now, we know the reality. They're not building a full house with everything working so that you can just take a single photograph. These are sets. That means that in the front, it is a beautiful, furnished, elegant-looking room, and on the back, it is nails, wood, blood, sweat, and tears. So keeping that in mind, have to work within that space, have to work within that confined space to make everything come together. With a studio like this, it's the responsibility of the photographer and the gaffer and all the creatives to come together to give this room life, right? Because it doesn't have lights set for you. It doesn't have anything already positioned. You've got to bring it, and you've got to build it, and you've got to make it. And that's what I loved about it. This room is covered head to toe with mirrors, cut precisely in a half 180 around a red platform. The red textured wall is accented with a red curtain on one end, a statue on the other, so you can shoot either way. The challenges, though there are many, are pretty simple. Reflections. I can see myself double in the mirrors. I can see my light triple that. And it makes it a little bit more difficult. Finding a way to light and isolate the subject while minimizing the amount of post work is the real challenge here. And I would recommend grids. If I had the time, lots of flags. Like every other video that you've watched, I'm alone, unfortunately. I don't have an assistant. I don't have anyone helping me out. And I'm strapped for time. So I'm attempting to light as quickly as I can, move as fast as I can, and resolve everything as fast as I can. While still looking good. And with that, there are some sacrifices, but with that, there are some rewards. So we start off with two outfits. The first is going to be the red suit. I love the idea of the suit jacket. Sybil looks awesome with the hair slicked back. It is such a cool style. I love the hair down, and I love the ability of her to kind of have like a bit of a unisex kind of masculine vibe. That's what I wanted to get. I also wanted it to have a hair light, which was a lot harder than I thought. I wanted to have a hair light coming down on the back. Boom, shining on the back of the hair, illuminating, right? Almost like a spotlight coming out of nowhere. And then I wanted to be able to fill her and be able to see everything nice and have a little bit of more dimension. The problem is that as soon as I put that back kicker up, not backlight essentially, and have it coming facing down towards me, in which getting the stand to go that high to the highest of the, I wish I could show you how high it had to go, but it's pretty much hanging over. The light's pretty much hanging over and at an angle, 45-degree angle heading down. Once it comes down and it hits her beautifully, by the way, it is also illuminating me and everything behind me. And it's like, shit. So cheated a little bit more, right? This is where the grid would have came in handy. At this moment in time, no grids. And so I have the light coming back. I get low. This way I'm not only blocking myself in the reflection of her, but also I'm blocking the light as well, which is going to help kind of being able to see as much behind. This also meant that when we began to shoot, everyone who was behind me had to then move off to the side so that they couldn't be seen in the reflection. I don't know about you, I always show up to every session wearing black, and it is for this sole purpose so that I can fade into that background. I was about to say background. Fade into that background as much as possible, right? So I took a beauty dish and put it up high. It is a large size beauty dish, as you'll see, and put it at a slightly 45-degree angle coming down. I angled it at the side so that it actually is kind of cutting through, and we worked our way through. These mirrors were not doing me any justice, but they also looked so good. So what I ended up doing was I ended up actually embracing the mirrors. We went closer, did a few more shots there. That's what these look like. We went to the side a little bit. That's what these look like. And then I was like, okay, let's transition, let's move. Red dress. And so she puts on the red dress. Now this, simple. I want this to have a bit more of a Hollywood feel. I'm going to use those curtains on the side. I'm going to utilize every aspect of this space. I'm going to be honest with you. So on this side, I have the curtains. I'm going to take that same beauty dish, hard, right, with a little bit of diffusion on it, going down straight 45-degree angle. I'm going to put a nice bounce underneath so I can bounce into the eyes. That's these images. And that's this image. And that's this one. We're ready for the next one. Let's go big. So we actually pull out the stops on the statue. The statue is super nice. It's in a kind of enclave that's built into the wall. And so we actually opened it up, took the statue off, used that, and then lit it. This is where the challenge comes because I wanted her to be lit and I wanted it to be nice and even so that I could easily Photoshop it and kind of extend the background if I needed to. And so what I have is I have my light more than a 45-degree angle up above, facing down. So it's almost right, hitting her right here. And then she has to work within the space and play towards the light. It's solid. It looks so good. This is what one of the shots looks like. And then comes my grand finale. I want to come back to, I need to get these mirrors right. I need to have the symmetry. I need to be able to capture everything that I love about this. So I'm going to have to lose a few things. One, we're not going to have that kicker because that kicker is hurting me. And also I want this to be a little bit darker. So I turn off the light in the back. I've just got my front one now. I've got it at a slightly 45-degree angle so it's not hitting as back far as the mirror. I need it to kind of crop off. If I had a flag, this is where it would be flagged. This would have been the easy solution. But because I don't have that, angled 45, and I'm lighting it. I have a little bit of fill coming in. That's it. I'm staying low. Everybody's staying low. We're lined up, and we get the shot. Sybil, I haven't even talked about Sybil. Sybil is perfect. She is gung-ho about anything. What is it you need? Solid, you need me over there? Boom, let's do it. She moves, she maneuvers every frame a little bit different, and she also can serve the attitude. She can just turn it on very quickly, and it was so nice. I mean, like, I was able to just focus on making sure that my lighting was right, and then be able to communicate with her the adjustments that I needed, and we were able to get image after image after image. It was nice going through and culling these because, honestly, it was easy to work with. So, recap, these are what the images look like. So I cannot tell you enough. They have multiple sets, and if I could shoot on every single set, alas, I want to shoot on every single set. I just got to come up with a concept for it. But the space is beautiful. It's beautiful to work with. It's professional. Everyone there is kind, and it's quiet. And if you want to just have fun with the lighting and try something a little bit different, this is the space. I'm lucky that I got to work with Sybil and had the opportunity to actually be in the room, share the energy, get the shots, and I'm even more excited to be able to show you this. So you can see, I was trying to get this vibe, ended up with something completely different, but very much in line with what I wanted, and it's a great experience. Add this one to the journal. I'm going back. And I'm going to bring the grids, the flags. I'm going to be all ready. And I am hyped. I hope that you're well. I hope that you're out there creating. And stay focused.